What to do, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Sorry it's been so long, man. It's been actually a couple months since my last video, but just been enjoying the car, honestly. Just been driving safe. I never go over 60 miles per hour. And yeah, so just been enjoying myself. And also we are preparing for a wedding. Me and my fiance finally getting married in a couple months, so cheers to that. But that takes finances, and modding a car and trying to get ready for a wedding is probably a bad idea, unless you want to lose one or the other. So let's not do that. Today, we got a pretty good video. I'm gonna drive to the car wash. The car's a little dirty. So, you know, just gonna end up cleaning it. I know you guys aren't gonna like the process because we're going through an actual car wash instead of washing with my hands or going to the detailer, but I don't have time for that right now, and it's okay. I'm also gonna go over my steering wheel that As Carbon got me. It was a really nice steering wheel. Sorry for the noise, by the way, it's a lot of construction, but it's a nice steering wheel that they got me, man. It's really enjoyable. It's worth every penny. It's just like I wanted it, just like I imagined it to be. So we're just gonna go over that and make sure I give them a proper review, because I want to give my honest opinion. I don't want to just gas it up the entire time. I want to make sure I tell the truth. I want to make sure I give you guys a real honest review, and so you guys can use my link just in case you guys want to buy a steering wheel from me. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys, so it's about time I give a review of As Carbon's Generation 2 R8 steering wheel, retrofitted on an RS5 B9.5. I wanted to make sure like this V area was included in the car. Like I wanted to make sure it was carbon fiber. I didn't want the typical black colorway, or I didn't want the typical silver aluminum styling. Like I wanted to make sure like that was carbon fiber. Like I want to make sure like it adds to the F1 theme that I'm working on. So, and of course the flat bottom, that's a must. I think that for the RS5 to come out of the box or from the factory without a flat bottom option is kind of ignorant. I don't know why we would want an RS car without the RS feel, I guess. So that was standard. I thought about getting the extra buttons, but I'm not really a button guy when I drive. So I don't know. Like I just felt like getting extra buttons to do the same things like other buttons on my car does, or other buttons on my car were able to do. That didn't seem to be that hard to access. I just didn't feel like I needed that. And in terms of like the drive select, that works. So I'll show you like that goes from comfort. Let me see if it can focus. I wish it could focus, as you can see at the same time I'm clicking it, but let's see. Yeah. So auto, dynamic. The only thing is, so I'll show you over here, when you do drive select, right? Or when you do a drive select on the steering wheel, it won't shift through RS1 and RS2 mode. It'll just like act like it's all three are dynamic, which I kind of understand. Maybe it's a special setting for RS1 and RS2 mode. I kind of wish that was able to change or cycle through RS1 and RS2 mode, but since it doesn't destroy or break anything, I'm pretty much fine with that. Because again, like if I really want to get serious, I'll just, like I said, touch the screen or touch the button right here on the bottom right and go to drive select. So it's not a problem, but it works pretty consistently. Like comfort, auto, dynamic, RS1, RS2, probably comfort again. So it's just like, it's pretty consistent, and it never really messes up at all, actually. So that's first and foremost. Like when I first got this, we had an issue because I was actually the first person to ever do this. So like this side wouldn't work, or like the scroll button wouldn't work. But now, as you can see, everything works. So that's the miles. Don't ignore the oil change. I changed it myself, but I forgot to clear the screen, and I'm probably gonna take it to Audi so that they could do their checkup. You know, all of these buttons work. To change the viewpoint, you can have the big squiggly. I mean, you can have the circles instead. You can have the long-term memory. You can have the drive, like all that scroll button works. You can back out. So hold on. Let me see something I could use. This yeah, now you can back out. When you push the menu, it can back out. That shows the menu as well. So all of that works. The nav works.
Guidance is not active.
All of that works. This button opens my garage in the house, so that's perfect. That works. If I want to make a call, that works. I never really use that.
Please choose a line number or provide additional search.
I clicked this in my video stop, so as you can see, I don't ever really use that because I would have known that would have happened if I did that. Yeah, and then the volume, of course, works. Like, have no issue with that. Backwards, skip, and this is of course is the favorite part, like the start stop. That's the main reason why I wanted this. I did not want to just keep leaning over forward and pin that. I just want to get in the car and go. So that's another thing. And the paddles, of course, they work.
That again?
Hey, Alita, shut the hell up. Be quiet. I'm making a video for you. Yeah. Just sit there, sit tight. So anyway, if I was interrupted, that's pretty much all the features of it, other than the paddle shifters and the paddles I love because they're not small. Oh, would you look at that? Another Audi. Oh man. Say it ain't so. All of these still work, you know, you can still see the different settings. You can change it to trip computer. Same thing, you can see how much gas you have left, or you can do lap time, statistic, reduce display. It's pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? So all of that really works. All of that works. So yeah. Also, the paddles are much bigger. Sometimes I hit the paddle on this side, like these two, because I hold the steering wheel like this, and then I go like boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's really comfortable for me. They're not too big or obnoxious that they're in the way, but they're also big enough so that I don't have to aim to hit to change my gears. And then this is one of my favorite parts. So the RPM gauge, right? It's so consistent. Like it might lag a little bit, but I mean, honestly, when you're in the thousands, that's not gonna make a difference. Like when you're in the hundreds, of course, but how often are you in the hundreds unless you're parked? So when you rev it up, immediately. So it's definitely pretty consistent. And then the RPM lighters go with it too. So I think stock, the RPMs go up to 6,800. So that's what I set it to. Shows you the RPM and your speed on the right. Shows you your speed in kilometers. It shows you the RPM once again and your kilometer speed. And then this is I think one of them is coolant. I think coolant's on the left, oil's on the right. I think you hold the right one for you. Yep. So then here, right, you could go through, let me see if I can zoom in. You can go through the different settings, and then you can do tests for the 0 to 100 meter dash. 100 meter dash. You could go to 0 to 100, so 0 to 60 basically test. I think that's the quarter mile test, and it's the LED set. So like, you could do a whole bunch of different things, bro. Like, so the speed unit, you could change the speed, like kilometers to miles per hour, stuff like that, temperature, all those different things. And then the style, LED settings, maybe that's what it is. Right, so you could change the brightness, you could change the shift speed, or you could change the color itself. So the upper limit is where you go to the RPM. So it's actually at 6,200, but I never really push my car to red line all the time. So I'm thinking, just for the sake of this video, let's just put it to 6,800 RPM. Just so we could be as accurate as possible, right? And then the lower limit, so it'll always be at red, right? Let's change it to 800 RPM. Because I never really see it at 7 unless it's truly, truly calm. So let's set it to 800 RPM. So 6,000 range. When I tune it, I'll change it again. But yeah, you could do all of that actually in this. You can also change the logo, but they don't have an Audi logo yet. So when you start up the car, it says As Carbon. But you have like a BMW one, a Ferrari one. I'm like, well, maybe you guys should add an Audi one, guys. Don't leave us hanging, As Carbon. Don't leave us hanging. But no, truly, I really love this steering wheel. Like, it's really smooth, ergonomic, definitely like fits better in my hand than the skinny pencil one that we had prior. Yeah, I really have no complaints. And then like I always get compliments when somebody sees my steering wheel. They actually think that it's OEM. So that's how I know As Carbon did a good job with that. The quality is insane, bro. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It feels like it came with the car. Like, it feels like Audi created the steering wheel. Like, I know it sounds like a gas to say that, like I'm gassing them, but it really does. Like, honestly, truly, it matches the other carbon fiber in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know the quality is good. In terms of the buttons, like, they're really clicky. They're not gummy or anything like that. They work perfectly. The shift, like the paddle shifting is like even better. Like, I hated the clicky noise with the last one. This one is just smooth. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, boom, it's very responsive. I don't have any issue on that end. Like, it's just I really have, again, like, no complaints. Like, the only thing that this steering wheel negates coming from stock is like the lane assist. So the active lane assist, where it turns and drives for you, that's not a function anymore. But that's only because I have the R8 Generation 2 style steering wheel. So if you go to Ask Carbon and you say you want to keep that feature, they'll give you another steering wheel that you could work with that. It just won't be this style perfectly. Like, it won't be the Generation 2. It won't be this flat bottom style. It could you can make it flat bottom, but it'll have the square or the trapezoid style, airbag style. And then the cruise control still works. It's able to press the brakes on its own or slow down on its own. The only feature that's actually negated is just turning, and that's the only thing. Like, everything else, the way the car had it or whatever package you bought, it should keep all of those. Oh, and the heated steering wheel, I took that. I didn't care about that. My car is parked in the garage most of the time, like 99% of the time, so I didn't see a need for the heated steering wheel. I'm glad you guys were able to tune in, man. If you guys want, I wanted to post the link to get 15% off. You'll see here. If you want to order a steering wheel, man, just use my link. Use It's Jiren as a code, or just DM them on Instagram. Their page will be Ask Carbon. Definitely go hit them up. Let them know whatever you want, to like the minor detail, to the shape of it, to like what curve you don't want to be there, to what bend you don't want to be there. They'll help you with any single thing. The shipping was pretty quick because honestly, bro, they're making you a steering wheel. They're not. I'm thinking like they have templates. They don't. They're actually building it from scratch. So I would continue to make sure you talk to them and you go into a DM like expecting like full first class service. When I had issues, they were responding to my DMs at all times of the day. Like, it was a perfect experience for me, honestly. So I really have no complaints. I hope you guys were able to enjoy yourselves and use that discount so that you can get it for a cheaper price. But honestly, the price that I paid, it was still worth it. Definitely do it. I don't regret it. And one of my favorite things is just looking at that RPM go up.